Alright, what's up guys? This is Mr. Brown here. I am going to start today with a little bit of a tutorial on how to get things set up in Revit. So once we get Revit opened up, you're presented with this screen here where you can kind of look at projects, or you can look at families that have been already kind of set up for you. For our purposes, for architectural drawing, we're going to look at the Projects tab. So since we're starting a new project, we want to select the new, and it's going to give you a prompt here of what kind of template you want to use. For our purposes, we want to select architectural template. We don't want construction, structural, or mechanical. So if we want to go ahead and select that and then hit OK, and then it's going to get us loaded in here. Let me give it a second. Alright, so once we're loaded in, you're given this screen here, and this is where you're going to be doing a lot of your working. And to kind of get the different screens across your toolbar here, you could go down to the project browser, excuse me. And on this project browser, it's going to give you elevations, it's going to give you the ceiling plans and the floor plans. When we start to lay out walls, you're going to look at the floor plan level, but before we even get into that, we need to look at the elevations. And this is as if we were standing outside the building looking at it. And so it gives us level 1 and level 2. For our purposes today, I want to show you how to set up a third elevation so that you can have a ground level, the top floor, and then where the ceiling is going to attach. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here into the datum category, and you're going to select level, and you're going to bring it out all the way over here. You want to bring it in line with the rest of them. Hit the left click and then drag it all the way out so that it's in line with all the other levels. And now you're going to notice here that level 1 starts at 0 feet 0 inches, and then level 2 is 10 feet 0 inches, and then level 3 is 21 feet 0 inches. Now we can adjust that so that it's actually a nice even 20 feet, so 10 feet above level 2. You select it, and you take a look here, and it's set up nice and evenly here. Now the nice thing about these elevations is that you can actually lock them in so that once you're happy with the heights, that you can lock them so that they can't be inadvertently changed. And as you can see, this is done already right off the bat. Now what we want to do next is we want to go into level 1, and we want to rename it, and we're going to rename it ground floor. Hit enter, and it's going to ask you, would you like to rename the corresponding views? And what all that means is when you hit yes, is that over here on the left hand side of the ceiling plans and the floor plan is no longer going to show up as level 1, but it's going to now show up as ground floor. And the same exact thing is going to happen as we go into level 2. We'll name this top floor. Enter, select yes. There it is, top floor. And then we'll go into level 3, and we'll name that ceiling. Oh, try that again. Ceiling. Enter. And yes. And you can see here you got your ceiling, top floor, ground floor, and your site. And these are all going to be top-down views whenever you select them. As I said, this is as if you were standing outside looking at your building. And to make this a little bit more clear, and I'll show you, you want to go into, we'll go to ground floor. And we want to go to the architecture tab, and we will select wall. And when you select wall, you're automatically given a basic wall generic. It's an 8-inch wall. And for our purposes, to give this thing a nice little look, we can go in and we can select any of these different presets in here. Or if you want to go later in this course, I'll show you how to really go in here and customize things. But for our purposes, so that you can kind of see some texture, we'll click basic wall generic 4-inch brick. So we just select, and I'm just going to make this simple square structure so that you can visualize what's going on here. And I put in 20, and now we have 2 points here. I don't have to enter 20 in again. I can just simply hit X to put on center point, and then the same thing. This is going to be the end point. And then once we're done here, we're done laying down walls, we can hit modify to get out of there, and then we can go and look at this at the 3D view. Now, you'll notice in the 3D view that this structure, and we can, to better demonstrate this, we'll go into the east view. This structure is, this wall that we just built is 20 feet tall. And we don't want this wall to be 20 feet tall. So what we can do is we can go in and select all the walls here, and then in this properties tab for those walls, the wall isn't connected to anything at the top. At the bottom we selected, and that's because we were in the floor plans on ground floor. It's attached to that bottom floor, but the top of the floor is connected to nothing. So what we want to do is go in into the drop down tab, and we want to select top floor, and then bring your cursor over, and then boom, your first floor walls have all been rearranged, and we can go into that 3D view, and it looks nice. It's not a giant 20-foot wall, it's now a 10-foot wall. So this is the introduction here of how to set up elevations, how to lay down your first walls, and then how to edit those walls to make sure that they are an appropriate height. Hope this helps. If you would do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button so that you're able to get automatic updates from my course as I continue to update them. Thanks.